Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm actually going to be reacting to the 10 latest Rolex watches that just recently got released. Now, hubby roped me into doing this because he's actually seen them, but he wants to know my honest reaction to these 10 new releases.
Yeah, I've already gone through them already, but I want to see what you think.
Okay, this should be fun. And then, hubby, you were saying that we're going to go through them in price order from least expensive to most
Yeah,
expensive.
sure thing. And then at the end, I'll say which is my fave,
Okay.
and you can say yours.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
So let's get started.
All right, let's start off with the very first one. So we're going from the cheapest to the most expensive, as you just said. So this is the Oyster Perpetual.
We own this.
We own these ones, but the difference with this year is just a color change.
Okay.
Nothing else is different. So I'm just going to show you the color changes
All
first.
right.
So you've got lavender here. And if you go to this screen, I'll just click across. You've got pistachio.
Pretty.
That's the one I have in the bigger size.
Yep.
And you now also have the beige.
Beige. That looks gold.
Yeah.
I don't
So
really like that one.
you don't like that one? So
No.
what do you think of pistachio?
I mean, I'm a green fan, so I think the pistachio is very pretty. I think, pastel colors always work. But I have to say, the very first one that you showed me, the lavender, that is so pretty.
Yeah, I think it's really nice too. Oh, and the price, as you can see, guys, for the 36 millimeter model starts from 10,050 Australian dollars. And we'll put the US prices below as well. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so this is a brand new model. This is called the Land Dweller. Now, this is a completely new model line for Rolex.
Yeah, this looks very different, but I can see the bracelets integrated.
Yeah, a good pickup.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to 360 mode.
Okay.
So there's a couple of things going on. You've got an integrated bracelet. You've got also that fluted bezel, which is a very common Rolex look. There's actually less fluting than a Datejust. You've got this laser etching on the dial, which is actually a real technical feat for Rolex. You've got Arabic numerals as well.
The dial looks like it's sort of like the honeycomb looks like it's a very subtle snakeskin design almost.
It does a bit, but they have different colors as well, like an ice blue where you can actually see more of the detail.
Oh, okay.
And the cool thing is that you've got the case back, which you can see. And I mean, I don't want to get too geeky, but it's a new movement. Rolex is very proud of it. It's very thin. It beats very fast. It's very accurate. It's a big deal for Rolex.
Okay, so completely new movement.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And look, I am not a real fan. I don't think it's a very elegant looking watch. I think it kind of looks like a Datejust mixed with an Explorer. It's got a bit of an identity crisis, I think. What do you think?
I mean, the first thing that attracted me was the bracelet,
Yeah.
like the integrated bracelet. I feel that gives me kind of like vintage vibes. Like, didn't
You're right.
vintage Rolex have more integrated bracelets?
Well, I think
Yeah.
you're right because this is a throwback to like a quartz vintage Rolex. It's got a similar look. And this bracelet, as you were saying, it's really cool and it's like a flat Jubilee style bracelet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I think I like it a little bit more than you. I don't mind the detailing on the dial. I think that gives a bit of interest. Can we have a look at the dial with the blue?
Yeah, sure. So if I go here, you can just configure it yourself. It's platinum, so the price jumps right up.
Oh my goodness.
And let's just go the fluted bezel. Let's not
Yeah.
even do the diamond bezel. Now, this is going to come in at 101,000 Australian dollars.
Oh my goodness. But what we were talking about before in terms of price in the steel model, that isn't badly priced, is it? In the steel model, you were saying that it was, how much was it?
It's about 24,000. Actually, that's a really good price for an integrated sports watch
okay.
when you see the competition out there. So the pricing is actually okay,
Okay.
but I think it's got a bit of an identity crisis.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Not bad. All right, let's move on. Okay, so 1908, this is their classic dress watch. This came out previously about a year ago. The difference this year is that it's a full yellow gold model with a brand new bracelet. So this is called the Satimo bracelet. Rolex is very proud of this as well, and it's got a different clasp mechanism. You can see the exhibition case back there. It's actually a very nice bracelet because it reminds me of jewelry.
Yeah, I was going to say the bracelet is more jeweled like. I mean, it's definitely a much more dressier watch. I don't think we've ever tried this before. I haven't even seen this when they released this a year ago.
No, there's not a lot of interest in this model in particular, but you can see that it comes in a black, intense black dial as well. I think the white goes
Yeah,
better.
I think the white goes better, but like for 56,700, I can see why it's not that popular, but it is a elegant looking
It
watch.
is, I'll give you that, and this would probably be a good watch to get on the second-hand market, on the grey market. All right, overall thoughts?
I like it, but the price is pretty expensive.
Okay, cool. This, as everyone knows, is a
Mm.
Daytona. It's got a turquoise dial, which is new. I feel like Rolex is a little bit late to the party with the turquoise dial on a Daytona. I feel like they're just slapping it on because they
Mm.
know that people like that Tiffany or turquoise dial. But the actual watch is the same as the previous year. It's only the color change. This is 59,000 Australian dollars. It's in yellow gold, and it's got an Oyster Flex band as well.
I mean, I like it, even though they may be a little bit late with the turquoise. I mean, it kind of makes sense that they've plonked that on there because anything with the turquoise, when the oyster perpetuals and the turquoise, I mean, I still want that. It is very expensive, but as you guys know, I do own this, but I don't have the Oyster Flex. Mine is a mixture of yellow gold and steel, but the Oyster Flex does give it a bit more of a casual vibe. But again, at 59,000, it is more on the pricier end, but I still think this new model will do well because people do love the turquoise.
Yeah, so overall, you don't mind this one.
Yeah, do you think it'll do well?
I think any
Yeah.
Daytona will do well, regardless of what it is.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. All right, so moving on. Now, I know this is not a different watch, it's actually the same watch,
Mm.
but I'm counting it as a different watch because this jumps up 7,000 Australian dollars in price. But I think it's more worth it because it's got a meteorite dial, and it's a unique dial that will not be the same for any other meteorite Daytona.
I think it's super interesting. I mean, have they done a meteorite dial before?
They've got one on the GMT at the
Mm.
moment. I'm sure they've got it on another watch as well.
Yeah.
But I don't hear many people talking about this new dial on this Daytona. It hasn't got any fanfare, but I think it's actually quite stunning.
I think it's super interesting. I like that the meteorite dial on each individual piece, it's always going to be unique.
Yeah,
I do
definitely.
like that. And obviously, I am a fan of the Daytona. So, I mean, this one, I guess that even though it's $7,000 more, I know you like it better. I'm not sure between the two because I'm a turquoise fan, and but I do like the meteorite dial. I
Okay.
think it's very special.
Anyway, let's move on, guys. All right. So, hey, this looks really familiar. Is this the watch you bought me? Maybe, but maybe not. So this is also a GMT Master 2 in the left-hand version, but there's some big differences. Now, check out the price,
Oh my,
$76,000. Now, the one you bought me was around, I think,
20.
no, about
Oh, was
18,000,
it? Oh, okay.
which was very expensive, and I love that watch. But why is this watch so much more? Let me tell you, it's full white gold.
Wow, yes, that jumps up a lot, like from 18 something thousand to almost 76,000 Australian dollars.
Yeah, that's a
I
massive
don't
jump.
know if that's kind of worth it, but obviously, if you're a white gold lover, you might think it's worth it, but just bear in mind anything that is in precious metal is going to be a lot heavier, isn't it?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But this is a Rolex first. They've actually done a dial in
Ah,
Cerachrome, which matches the Cerachrome bezel or ceramic bezel. So it's an
yes.
exact color match. So you get the perfect blend of green there between the dial and the bezel. That's a first for
I do like
Rolex.
that. I
You do
really
like that?
like that is exactly the same and they haven't done that before. But honestly, between your watch and this watch, where it's like a $50,000 difference, I don't know if it's worth it. I think if you like the vibe of this watch, try and get the left hand GMT Master 2, like I got hubby. But obviously, if you're a Rolex watch collector and you love precious metals, and if you think this is worth it, then it's worth it for you.
Hmm.
But
Each to their own, I
each
guess.
each to their own.
It was my pick. I'll get this GMT and the meteorite dial instead, as you can see on the right hand side. All right, let's go up in price again. Oh, back to the Daytona. Okay, so this is a full yellow gold Daytona. It's about 76,000 Australian dollars. Previously, on the previous generation of Daytona, which looks almost identical, this was called the John Mayer because John Mayer loved this watch. The only main difference aesthetically was that it has a red ring on the chronograph here, on the subdials. But apart from that, this is just the updated yellow and gold Daytona, and it's 76 grand. What do you think?
I mean, if you're Aussie, green and gold are our colors.
Well, that's not a bad point. Yeah.
But I mean, I remember looking at the John Mayer, and I do like that this one doesn't have the red rim. I just prefer it personally to have a cleaner aesthetic. Do I think it's worth the price? Probably not. I do love the green. There's not much difference. I mean, we don't have the new updated Daytona, but I think it's very, very subtle the differences between the
Yeah.
old Daytona and this one. I
Yeah.
think it
Most
might
people
be,
can't tell.
what is it, the indices that are slightly different
Yeah,
or the
oh, yeah,
movement?
yes, the
Yeah,
indices and the movement, that's pretty much it. The case may be slightly refined, but
yeah.
largely you don't want to tamper with a classic model.
I mean, the Daytona, regardless, is always going to be a top seller. It's just obviously in the steel version, it's going to be a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
But those people that want a full yellow gold version, you've got that here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a top seller if you can get one. All right, let's go up again in price. All right, now this is different. This is a Datejust 31. Now, let me remind you, this is not a lady Datejust. This is a unisex Datejust. Look, I don't think many men will wear a 31, but the standout features of this one are it's got a red ombre dial. So that is a new for Rolex. And it's got obviously the typical Datejust features like the diamond indices,
Yeah.
and it's got the diamond bezel.
I mean, you don't have to pick the diamond bezel,
No,
right?
you don't
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to. I love the actual bracelet, which is the president bracelet with the crown clasp you can see
Yes,
there.
you guys know I have a vintage lady Datejust with the president bracelet. That was my late mother-in-law's. If you haven't seen our complete Rolex collection, I will link it above. I am a fan of the Datejust. It is just classic.
It's
Hubby owns a
classic.
Datejust.
It's
I own a
classic.
Datejust. Uh, do I like this style? Honestly, I think the red is very overpowering. I do like the sunburst style. I do like the ombre, red dial, but I don't know. I just think it's like too bold. It's just,
It
I don't,
stands out.
it stands out, and I think I just like the date just to be more classic and elegant, and that's why a lot of girls like this in the 31, either with the gold or the mother of pearl dial.
Yeah, that's a good choice there.
But but honestly, I mean, not sure why they chose red ombre. I think they could have chosen another color ombre. It would have been a lot safer instead of red.
Well, red's slightly starting to trend this year because even Tudor, the Rolex sister brand, released a couple of red models as well.
Okay.
But look, if you've got a spare 79,000, I say why not?
I'm not a fan of this,
Okay.
but I'm a fan of the date just.
Cool. All right, agree. Ooh, what is this?
That looks like a root beer, but with, rose gold. Is it a
Well,
rose gold root beer?
it is absolutely a full ever rose gold root beer, but the difference is this is the first time Rolex has done tiger iron stone dial. So that's a combination of tiger's eye, just like in Van Cleef, how
Oh,
they have a
yep.
tiger's eye, but some other stone in there, other material in there as well. And it's quite a unique look. I've never actually seen this before. I
It's
think
really
it's quite
hard
cool.
to capture, like, the tiger's eye. What is it called? Tiger's eye.
It's called tiger iron. That's
Tiger eye. And so you've got some flecks of red and gold in there.
yeah.
It's really quite hard to see. This would actually be really good to see in real life. I don't think it probably picks up how unique the dial is.
It's a good point. And I
Yeah.
bet you every model would be slightly different as well. But some people would say, oh, that's a bit messy. I actually think that's quite interesting, especially when Rolex is getting a bit more quirky into their unique stone dials.
Yeah, I mean, from the picture, it does look a little bit messy. I would love to see this in real life, but I do like how they are offering the root beer with the rose gold. Like I've always said, hubby needs a rose gold watch because it matches his skin tone really well. So I think this is the one I need to see in real life, but I really like the idea of it.
Cool. Anyway, it's only 80 grand. It's
Only
pretty
80
cheap.
grand.
Last release of 2025 is the Sky Dweller. Now, guys, this is not an updated Sky Dweller. It's just an updated color on the dial. So it's a sunburst green dial. As you know, the Sky Dweller is one of their most complicated watches. It wears big, it's 42, it's full yellow gold, and it's $87,000.
Is this one a lot more expensive than the others because it is more of a complicated watch?
Yeah, and even this fluting bezel is part of the complication. You use that to adjust some of the complications that you can see here. And the Sky Dweller is the equivalent of the new Land Dweller, where it sits in the X model lineup.
I mean, the Sky Dweller is okay. I don't think you've ever been a huge fan.
My wrist isn't big enough for it.
Oh, but would you get one?
No.
Okay. Not my favorite.
Okay, I think I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
But look, let's do a quick summary. I'm gonna say which one is my favorite,
Okay.
and then I'll see what your favorite is.
Okay.
So, guys, out of the 10 new novelties for 2025, my favorite is definitely the Daytona with the meteorite dial. I like it because it's unique. I like it because it's not in your face.
Yeah.
I think the colors go well. The price point, it's very expensive, but it's actually good value considering the other watches in the Rolex lineup.
Okay, so I have a question, right?
Yeah, go for
If
it.
this is your number one, you don't own a Daytona. Would you rather, I mean, I know the price is a big difference. Would you rather, if you could, get this new version or just the classic Panda Daytona?
That's a great question.
What would you pick? For reference, the classic steel version Daytona is around,
Let's say 26, 27,
yeah,
28,000.
something like that.
So look, for the $40,000 price difference, I still think I would gravitate towards the steel because I wouldn't feel as nervous wearing it out in public. But then again, people would recognize it more, so maybe they would want to steal it more. So who knows? But I think my heart would still go with the steel
OG.
dial. The OG, yeah,
All
the
right.
OG. All right, so which one was your favorite?
Okay, I think it might be quite obvious. I think my favorite would probably be I'm thinking more towards one I would wear a lot.
Yeah.
And this one is actually would probably be my second pick, only because I do like the Oyster Flex. I'm just not sure between the turquoise and the meteorite dial, but I would just go classic Oyster,
The first
the
one.
first one, because I just love the lavender. As you guys know, I own an Oyster Perpetual 36 in the pink colorway, which was so popular, and I have been wearing that so much. Let's just scroll to it. Look, I mean,
Ta-da!
look how pretty that is. But I don't know, I think the purple is different enough. People love this watch so much that they collect all the different colors. And I think for me, because I am a watch lover, but I'm, not as big of a fan as you are, I would go for the lavender because the price point's good. I know I would wear it. I love pastel colors. It'll go with my purple bags.
Good
So
point.
I think that, yeah, even though it is the least expensive, I really like that.
Well, you know what? The least expensive is often the best. And this would have actually been my second choice. Now, I've got this silver OPN 36 and I would never sell it. It was my first Rolex. I love it to death. So I agree with your choice too.
Yes. So we would love to know, out of the 10 new Rolex models that we showed you, please comment below which one was your favorite. And I hope you enjoyed this sort of different screencast kind of format. It was kind of cool because Hubby and I are always like just talking about watches anyway. And he's like, come on, let's have a look at the new releases and let's just film your reaction. So this was kind of fun. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you like this kind of commentary. I could also maybe do it for my reaction with, I don't know, a new Louis Vuitton release or Hermes release. But thanks, Hubby, for getting me to do this.
That's okay. It was fun for me too.
Yeah, so have a great day or night, and I will see you in my next video. Bye,
See you guys.
guys.
Bye.